All right, ladies, gentlemen, what is up? What is going on? Coming back at you with another video. I'm going to discuss the open beta. I'll link the closed beta video up here if that's really relevant. I don't know, maybe I won't. I feel like this really doesn't matter at this point. The open beta wasn't much different than the closed. A few things I want to talk about. I don't want this video to be too long, guys. It's really what I said in the closed beta still applies, and there's a few things here I want to discuss. I apologize for not live streaming. I know a few of you wanted to know if I was going to live stream, and I wanted to, but then I ended up doing other things, and I realized the game's going to come out basically tomorrow. I pre-ordered, so I'll be playing it tomorrow. I'll be live streaming probably most of the gameplay and also uploading videos here and there. I've been making this new video. I think it's really awesome. Can't wait to share it with you guys. But let me jump right into this for the open beta. Let me ask you guys, what did you guys think? Are you a little disappointed? I'm a little disappointed, and I'll tell you why. In the first OTT, the second OTT, and the closed beta, at least in the first two OTTs, I was able to tell myself, you know what, these are just online technical tests. This is maybe an older version. We're going to get something, a new version come launch or whatever. And I don't know if that's the case right now. So let's get right into it. Right off the beginning, character creation, I think, is you're left wanting. The faces, there's not that many faces. I think the Division 2 did it better. They had a better character creation, and we keep telling ourselves, yo, this is the Division 2. This is, this is a replicate of the Division 2. It's the same thing. Well, apparently not, because I thought the Division 2 character creation was better. There's not a lot of faces. The face options are The female face options look terrible. The male options aren't much better. I think the hair options are bad. There's no normal Caesar. It was like bald head. Then it was like kinky hair, a little more thicker kinky hair, almost like an afro-ish, but it was short. Then there was a bunch of bad Tom Cruise type hairs, and I don't know. I just thought there could be a lot better selection for a game in 2020, basically. I thought it was bad where you make the character creation, which has been since the OTT. It's in the same spot in the helicopter because it's dark. It's nighttime right before the mission. It's dark. It's not lit up. I wish they'd just let you make a character and then bring you in game. Enough of this trying to do it all at the same time or make it immersive. I think the character creation could have been 10 times better. The one in Wildlands, I think, is actually better in my opinion. What else is there? Let's see. Bugs. I'm not even getting into bugs, guys. You know there are bugs. I know there are bugs. Between OTT 1, 2, closed beta, open beta, if Ubisoft doesn't know all the bugs at this point, then God help them. They should have everything on a piece of paper or whatever, tickets made to go through all these bugs and fix them. So I don't really want to get into bugs. That'll make this video an hour. So as you see, I made a little joke video, my last video, about always sliding down the hills. Not saying that that's a bug, but that was an issue I felt the majority of the beta playing. How many times am I going to fall down a hill like this? You slide down it, and then God forbid you tumble, you will tumble like 50 feet. I thought that was ridiculous. Let's see. I experienced a lot of frame freezing. Could have been on my end, I'm not sure, so I'm not going to blame that on the game, but my computer handled OTT 1, 2, and closed beta fine, but there was a little frame freezing that I found when moving too fast with cars in this version. They made a lot of things obsolete, which I don't like. For instance, now with the bivouac system. Let me take you back to OTT 1. Now that they're giving us a chopper, in the OTT 1, when I was traversing the land and I figured out the bivouac, it's the smoke. And let's say I'm in this land, I'm down on a mountain, up on a mountain, in a valley, and I see smoke or whatever. I would say to myself right off the bat, yo, I have to get to that bivouac. That's important. Because I need those fast travels. But now, once I leave Erewhon, there's a chopper right there. The developers basically made the entire game and exploring it, traversing through it, irrelevant almost, to the point where it's like you want to cater so hard to this casual fan base that I don't even think you understand. You don't have. You have people that I think would love in the beginning to do a little exploration, make them work a little bit for it. As it is now, you know, if you get in a helicopter and you see the bivouacs, they're just they're annoying now. It's to the point where you have to go out of your way to unlock a bivouac. You're in a chopper and it's like, oh, there's a bivouac. Let me go down to it, enter it, fast forward the animation, leave, get back in the chopper, go. Oh, there's another bivouac. It made it to the point where it's going to be annoying opening these bivouacs, and I don't know. I don't know if I like that. I feel like at least in the beginning they should make you should have to earn a chopper. How fast are we going to earn scale credits? Is there going to be a chopper always at Erewhon that we could, because there's a chopper right in the beginning. I didn't earn it, I didn't do anything. There's a chopper right there, and I thought that was a little nah. So I feel like the bivouacs have become kind of an annoyance now, that if we're just going to be flying through the air so quick. What else did they make redundant? The health system. Yo, why did you premiere this game and the first thing you showed was our guy getting shot and bandaging himself and putting a syringe in himself, fixing himself up, and then 2 OTTs and 1 closed beta later, actually I think they did it in the closed beta, now we have health regen. It's like these poor developers built this system and some guy in upper management was like, ugh, how's my son gonna know that he needs to bandage himself and use a syringe? No, we need health regen in this game. And I'm sure the developers got that word from someone in the higher up, because obviously the health system was supposed to be a big feature of this game with the bandages and the syringes. Now as it is, we just get in a firefight and we have bandages, syringes, and a health regen system. So that makes absolutely no sense to me. I don't know why it's like that. At the very least, I would hope the developers, if they're going to leave in health regen for the difficulty levels, at least when you get to advanced or extreme, I forget the name of it, regular, normal, it's arcade, whatever. Once you get to the higher levels, maybe even just extreme, maybe you could take health regen off on extremes where you have to use bandages and syringes, because that whole dynamic, that whole system feels lost now. And it's annoying because between creating these bivouacs that now we're just flying over or going down and unlocking simply, or this health system which now is negated with health regen, who needs bandages and syringes when you just regen health? It's almost like you built all these systems just to override them at the end. So that doesn't make sense. I thought that was ridiculous. I don't know if I explained that in the closed beta, so whatever. Let's see. The new animations. I thought the weapon switching was too quick. Like I said when we went over that, I have a feeling the switching of the weapons all gets run by one piece of code. So instead of them being able to make just grabbing your sidearm fast, what they did was they tweaked that code and it made everything fast. There's this saying in the software community, it's make sure your code is dry, which means don't repeat yourself. So I would assume that instead of making a speed and code for every single movement, all these movements talk to one piece of code and it runs all those speeds. And that's why when they sped it up, because that's what people were complaining about, drawing your pistol was too slow. So they sped that up, but then they also sped up the other ones. But putting your gun away and taking out the other one is a little too fast. So whatever. Maybe they can fix that somehow. Maybe I'm wrong with the code situation. Maybe it can be fixed, but that's what I would assume. That's why, because nobody asked for the weapon switching to get fixed. No one asked that. But there were complaints that putting your gun away and reaching for your pistol took too long. So that's why my assumption leans towards it being that issue with the way they programmed it. As far as PvP, I was in menu way too long, so I only played a couple matches. You guys let me know what you thought about the PvP, whether you like the class-based system in Wildlands better. I'll tell you one thing I didn't like in PvP. When you enter the game, you can't switch your gun, you can't do anything. I thought that was bad. That was a bad idea. Once you load into the PvP game, after sitting in menu for so long, which is why I only played a few games, I ended up sometimes just closing the game down and restarting it, which was a little annoying. But yeah, I tried to change my clothing, change my weapons, and I couldn't. And then when it loaded me into the screen where I could see that I'm going Assault or Panther or whatever, and I have all my weapons, I couldn't click on any of those and change them. So I thought that was either they overlook that, or I don't know why they would lock you into that. That doesn't make sense. So that needs to be fixed. What else do I have here? There's something I want to talk about here that also Bone Frog talks about a lot, which is wanting to roll out with one primary. This is something I don't understand about the developers, is that when you sat there and you wanted to calculate gear score, and you said to yourself, okay guys, we'll make it to where we'll calculate the item that they have equipped, and that'll give us our gear score. How did nobody out of your entire team say, wait, let's make it to where we calculate the highest items in their inventory? So we'll calculate 2 guns, one hand, 1 chest, 1 pants, etc. That's in their inventory, period. The highest gear in their inventory, that's what we'll calculate for the gear score. And we'll allow people who want to roll out with one primary because they asked for that in Wildlands. They're most certainly going to ask for it in Breakpoint. Instead of pigeonholing ourselves into a corner here and having to change it later, why don't we just give this option now and we'll program it from the get-go the right way? No, it takes people like me on YouTube to say, hey, why didn't you do it this way? Wouldn't this way have been smarter? And yes, this way would have been smarter. Why didn't you just calculate gear score with the items we have, not the items we have equipped, and allow people to only equip one primary? People want to role play. A lot of times people like to do stuff like that in these games. Hell, I do. And when we role play, if we want to roll out with one primary, you need to let us do that. Let us unequip our guns. And even if it ruins our gear score, just let us do it. For the time being, let us do it. Until you figure out how to finagle this whole system. People want to roll out with one primary. That needs to get fixed. Let's see. Okay, so the new map, right? So the guided and exploration mode was flipped. So now right off the bat, you're in guided mode, which means, you know, you're in noob mode. Here's everything. You could see everything, which is cool. I like exploration mode, but when it comes to main objectives and things, I do like to see the dot on the map, because sometimes the story is so bad and it's not like the game is linear. So if it's like, hey, go over here and find that, and it's like, wait, was that specific enough? So certain things are cool, but when I go onto the map, there's so many things everywhere. But thank God in the UI, I was able to find that you could turn it off and make the map just completely barren with maybe just like the bivouacs or whatnot. So that was a change that I felt they shouldn't have done. But once again, upper management came in and rearranged everything and said, no, this game's too hard. If my son can't figure it out, then you need to change it. And they went and they said, all right, whatever. We're trying to make this game a little more, you know, for the adult crowd where you got to figure things out, but let's just put guided mode first and let everybody just, you know, a game on rails basically. So, but that's not a big deal because you could turn it off in the menu. Let's see, the sprint animation. I liked I think the movement's good. The one thing I'm starting to realize about the sprint animation is I don't think you cover enough ground. For the way he moves and the speed he looks like he's running, I don't think enough ground is covered. That's nitpicking. They changed night vision. I think the new night vision looks like complete crap. I thought the old night vision looked really, really good. It was nice and bright. This new one is kind of like, I don't know, maybe the new one I'll get used to it, but I thought it looked bad compared to the old one that they had in the closed beta and the OTT. Uh, I mentioned the sliding around, which is ridiculous. The menu UI I want to talk about. Thinking back on Wildlands, the menu UI, when you went into the Sueño map, right, the cartel, and you had all the cartels and Sueño in the middle, it was easy to see everything. When you go into this map, your objectives are up here, PvP's over here, your main missions are all the way down here, and you have to freaking drag the whole menu to get to where you want to go. I don't understand. You have a whole screen. Why you can't just have folders everywhere for me to just click on? Why the hell do you have me dragging a menu all over the place? I think that UI is just really bad. And there's a lot more that I know I could probably talk about, guys, but it is what it is. Oh man, 16 minutes. I wanted this to be quick. It is what it is at this point. I think a lot of people might pass on the game. I think a lot of people are going to be like, I stand by my statement of we will be beta testers for the next 6 months. So congratulations to Ubisoft for making us pay to be beta testers. I think the game is great. I think the developers put in a lot of hard work and it shows. I love the animations. I think there's so much potential in this game. I just think it's going to take 6 months to get there. And I think if they had another year or two to keep adding things to the world and make the world less barren, I think this game would have been a 10 out of 10. It might have been one of the best games ever made. But like always, Ubisoft needs to rush things. They needed to get out a game for Q4 2019. You can tell that the game is barren outside of the little hubs, because what they tried to do to make it not feel barren was add the little guys on motorcycles and little guys on cars and little people on motorcycles. They tried to add those little things to make it not feel so barren, which I think it was like, I don't know if it's overcompensating because it seems like it's too much. Every 100 yards is just another person in the woods. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see when I get in game and I really explore the entire map. We see everything. I'm still pissed off at the way people talk to me after I save them. I basically save a girl from the police drone and 2 guys. I walk up to her and her first reaction is, "You're in my personal space."
What? Dude, you're making me anxious.
And I went over that in the closed beta discussion. That really pisses me off. What, not to be disrespectful, but what idiot thought of these lines to give these people to say to us? Would not a simpler line have been, "Hey, are you one of them?" Meaning, are you one of the guys that crash landed on the island?
Damn, dude, are you okay?
Not really. All this recent drone activity. Can you leave me alone already?
Get out of my hair, please. You are annoying me.
How about a thank you for these people being harassed by these military guys? I'm not sure where they were going with the dynamic between us and the civilians, but at the very least, if they're going to be scared, don't make them tell me that I'm in their personal space or I'm annoying them. I just think that was really dumb. Anyway, that's all, man. That's all for now, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you thought of the open beta. Is reality setting in that the game is not up to par? Because I know in the OTTs, a lot of us can tell ourselves, this is a technical test. You know, they're giving us an old version just so they could nail the networking and all that. But I think we realize now that, no, man, this is the game. We're 6 months to a year out of this game being perfect. So like I said, we'll be beta testing this game for the foreseeable future. I'm still gonna have a lot of fun with it. There was a lot of other things I guess we can discuss. I think most of them are bugs, so it's kind of pointless. At the end of the day, the AI is also still bad. I know I said I was gonna end the video, but that popped up in my head. The AI is still bad. There are times where it's like a guy's behind cover and he'll say, "Getting behind cover," and then he'll run all the way across to get behind new cover, and I'm just like, "What are you doing, bro?" And I just shoot him while he's running. I think the shooting mechanics are really, really good. I think the moving mechanics are really good. A lot of people don't like it, but I do. But let me leave it there. This is like the 8th time now I said that's it, because I don't want this to be a half-hour video. So you, ladies and gentlemen, let me know what you think in the comments. Did you enjoy the open beta? Are you excited for the game coming out tomorrow? Let me know your thoughts. What did I miss between the closed beta and the open beta? It's kind of the same thing, you know. Do I do a review video? It's all the same shit. So let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll have some discussions, and we'll keep it moving from there. And I mean, tomorrow it is, if you pre-ordered, that's it. Tomorrow we get to play. So I will see you all in a row. All right. All right, everybody, enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. All right. All right. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching the video. Okay. Peace.